Thanks to the EA Creator Network for providing me free codes for The Sims 4. My opinions are my own. Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another update overview for The Sims 4. This time it is for February 2025, which is also known as the pre-patch for businesses and hobbies, and reintroduces burglars, finally, amongst some other quality of life improvements. I did talk about burglars in yesterday's video too, because of that blog post that gave a lot of specific details on them. But in this video, you will see some footage from my gameplay of burglars with a few different outcomes that I went through, as well as my first impressions, of course, and all the other stuff that's in this update. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We'll start off with some Create a Sim related things. The first being something that was not in the patch notes for some reason. So when you go to customize a Sim's fingernails or bracelets under body accessories, the camera will zoom in, so that's good. I still prefer the mod that I have by Northern Siberian Winds, where with the fingernails they actually do a different pose, but it's really good now for people without any mods. There's something better than just kind of like squinting your eyes. Especially if you're playing on a smaller display, be like, okay, all right, there's the nails. Just customize. It would be nice if in a future update, they added a different camera angle that's more zoomed in on the feet for when you customize shoes, socks, and toenails. That would be great. Tattoos have finally got a much needed overhaul. So there's different categories like left lower arm, left upper arm, right upper arm, right lower arm, left leg, right leg, lower back, upper back, stomach, chest, and head. If you're looking for the paint tool, that's not here. You still need the businesses and hobbies expansion pack in order to access the paint tool for tattoos, which works very much like what we already have for the paint tools for cats and dogs and werewolves. And you may notice I already have some custom content that I've placed back in my game, including tattoos, so they are automatically sorted into their appropriate regions. And the thing is, there actually are the same sliders for tattoos that there are for makeup, but with custom content tattoos, they don't have them. They just have the swatches that were already available for them previously, but they just don't have the sliders. So you can see there I have that cleavage overlay by Northern Siberia Winds, but no opacity sliders for them. But then, yeah, with this base game tattoo, there's all those different sliders, like for the hue and the brightness, the saturation, and opacity. Thankfully, at least as far as I know, custom content skins are still compatible with tattoos. I actually left the one that I use in, which is Myrika by Nasuri. It's the same one I've been using for a few years now. I highly recommend it. It's, to me, like the Maxis skin, but more detailed overall. However, they still missed one thing that I've been asking for tattoos specifically for a while, and that is for them to have the same filters we have for so many other sections of Create a Sim, as well as Build By, especially packs. Like, that would be really handy, and color too would be nice. Just all those same ones that we're used to seeing. It's just weird to me that they're still not available for tattoos. One last Create a Sim thing is that there are a couple new tops available on both the masculine and feminine frames, and they're based off merchandise that they're actually selling in real life in the Sim shop. So that is pretty neat. Though what's weird is this time around, they didn't bother making Simlish versions, because like you can see here with this hoodie, I love this hoodie, but I don't like how the Sul and Dag on the sleeves are in English. So hopefully a custom content creator can make those in Simlish. But yeah, it's just weird. The last time they did this with the previous update, they did have both English and Simlish options. Moving on to build mode, we have some new recolors of the Blandco kitchen counters. So that's cool, I guess. The last update, or Sims Delivery Express drop, we got that whole new kitchen set, but now we have some more recolors of an existing one. And then also, when opening build mode for the first time, it now shows objects by room instead of styled rooms. And for existing simmers, build mode still remembers the catalog that you last viewed. Also in objects by room, they changed the icons for dining room and study. Yes, that does provide better clarity, but I rarely ever use this. I just go by category. I suppose I'm old-fashioned like that. Now for the return of the iconic burglar NPC. So they are able to rob your Sims homes at night, or even your small businesses if you own the Businesses and Hobbies pack. By default, burglars are supposed to be rare. However, you can add a lot challenge to your current lot called Heist Havoc, which does increase the chances of burglars. And also, burglar alarms can end up being faulty sometimes. So this is great. This is exactly what I wanted, because then I can have certain neighborhoods with their lots having this lot challenge to have a higher crime rate, and then I can have other lots just be at the normal crime rate. But if you don't want burglars in your game at all, there is a new toggle under gameplay and game options to allow burglar visits. So just uncheck that if you don't want burglars. You do, of course, have the option of arming a burglar alarm. So you just get it from the alarm section under electronics. They're only 85 simoleons each, which is kind of surprising, because I know in The Sims 1 and The Sims 2, they cost 250 simoleons in both, but there it is. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's a modern display there, and it comes in 3 different color swatches. When you click on the alarm in live mode, you can turn the alarm on or off, and there are 3 different upgrade options. You can, at level 3 handiness, upgrade it so that the alarm instantly calls the police. So yeah, you actually need an upgrade for that this time around, unlike the previous games. And at level 5, you can have inner workings upgraded so that it doesn't break as often. And then finally at level 7, you can upgrade the alarm to zap the burglar. Another great thing is there is a cheat. If you shift click on the mailbox, I think you need testing cheats enabled, but it seems to already be enabled in my game, even with my mods taken out. But there's schedule burglar visit debug. Though it's key to remember it's schedule visit. So it's not going to instantly summon a burglar. You still need to wait until sometime late at night for the burglar to appear. And I noticed the cheat only appears to work if you activate it during the day. Because initially I tried it at around 7 p.m. and the cheat was not working. Once it still happened for me by sheer luck. But then after I tried always doing it during the day, like in the early afternoon, as you see in these 2 clips you just saw, then it worked every time. The first scenario you're seeing here is with my family living in Ciudad Enamorada in one of the penthouses. So no, you're not safe up here from the burglars, but I did arm the burglar alarm. So the burglar does show up. Sorry about the overlap with the loud alarm, but for some reason, out of the 5 times I got a burglar, this was the only instance where the music actually played. Another thing is that I never saw the signature NPC burglar, Robin Banks, that they mentioned in the blog post. Every single time it was a random, so I don't know what's going on there. All 3 of my Sims were woken up by the alarm, and as the dad, I clicked on the burglar to see what the options were. So you could call the police, confront the burglar, or fight. So I chose the option to call the police station, and things got a little weird because initially the burglar was stunned in fear, but then ran away before the police officer showed up. And then the police officer used my pool for like 2 seconds and then charged me a 500 simoleon fine claiming that there is no burglar. Yeah, well, I don't know. Is that intentional or a bug? I don't really know in this case for certain. At least that did answer one question for me. would you get fined if you tried to call the cops with no burglar on the lot, even though that was not my intention. So that's how things worked out with the Kraft family. Now over to the Worthingtons, a family I made in Henford-on-Bagley, who actually was in my cottage living Let's Play. And we have a spellcaster in this household. So I did not install an alarm this time. I let the burglar think they were getting away with it at first. I wasn't sure whether they were going to take the painting or the whole fireplace. They took the whole dang fireplace. So after that, I clicked on the burglar and I had my sim use his zip zap spell. And what's funny is I did another attempt of this off camera and that one failed. The burglar was basically like, haha, that tickled, and then just escaped with my bathtub. But this time it actually worked, which is funny. It's like the opposite of how my luck typically works. So there we go. Actually gets electrocuted and gives the fireplace back and runs away into the night. I got a notification for my objects being retrieved, which in this case was just the fireplace. And since it was a big object, it ended up in my household inventory, and that the burglar was scared off. However, their neighbor Cecilia Kang was not so fortunate. I wanted to see how far the burglar would go if I let them get away with it. So we have this burglar stealing a toilet at first, then a leather chair, then an expensive computer, and then goes back down to the same bathroom to steal the shower, of all things. And yeah, it lets you know in the notification exactly which objects were stolen in case you missed it. Immediately after Cecilia woke up, she got a sad moodlet saying stolen goods from being burgled. The burglar got away with some of Cecilia's things. I would have preferred it if Cecilia had discovered some of the missing furniture and then realized, oh no, my stuff was stolen, and then get the buff. That would have been way more realistic. There is a milestone if you own Growing Together for first burglar visit, so that is also a thing. There are some other ways to fend off burglars. A couple examples being you could have a dog scare off a burglar, or if you have a freeze ray from Get to Work, you can freeze the burglar as well. Overall, I think burglars are a pretty great addition to the game. Adds some more danger and depth to the simulation if you want it. And hopefully then they continue integrating burglars with any future features we may get. Like say if we got fairies, then fairies should be able to scare off burglars with the right spells too, just like with spellcasters. But wait, there's a few more things I gotta talk about before ending this video. So they did a little overhaul to the mentor feature. This was something I think I've used maybe once, but now I think I may use it more often. If you're at least level 5 of a skill, you can mentor another sim in said skill. You can mentor a sim for free, but there's also an option to mentor for simoleons, but I think that second option is only supposed to be in the businesses and hobbies expansion pack because it's not mentioned in the patch notes. I thought it'd be a cute example if I had a husband and wife mentor each other in skills. So I had the wife teach the husband how to cook, though I forgot that I had the husband outright dislike cooking, so that was entertaining to watch. And then I had the husband mentor his wife in handiness using the wood crafting bench. So it's kind of a nice incentive to use that rarely used object, at least for me, and a nice way of gaining skills apart from just like the regular do-it-yourself way. It can be especially great for family gameplay, so you can tell that story of a parent passing down a skill of theirs to a child. They do also mention that you can mentor flower arranging at the flower arranging bench from Seasons, so pack stuff has been considered here too. One little addition they made to map view is that when you're about to travel somewhere, it shows an icon of where your sim is currently located. And if you go to the world select, then it also shows which world your sim is in. So it's just like a little thing. I've never really had trouble finding my sim, but good for those who have been having trouble. Lastly, for those of us who have get together, they've added more club activities. They mentioned viewing collectibles, sipping tea, using the activity table, playing table games, giving massages with spa day, playing with pets from cats and dogs, making and drinking nectar, using horse ranch, arranging flowers using seasons, doing laundry from the laundry day stuff pack, and many more. So yeah, that's cool. I love getting more club activities and getting more mileage out of that pack in general. It is kind of a nice way of having your sim socialize, even though it's not my favorite pack overall. But there's the complete list if you have all packs installed. One last thing I want to mention is that you may have noticed while in a residential or haunted house, this unit outlines option appears, and you can set a room to be public or employees only. But that's a feature for businesses and hobbies. The Sims Direct confirmed this is not supposed to be in the base game, and they will patch this out in an upcoming patch. It is only supposed to be for owners of businesses and hobbies. So how did they mess that one up? And also seemingly the paid mentorship. So that's just so weird. To wrap things up, I think this is overall a great update. Burglars have been really high on my wish list for years, so I think for the most part, it surpassed my expectations. But I do wish that in the possibility of your sim sleeping through the entire robbery, that after they wake up, they would walk around their house first, react shocked, and then have that sad moodlet and milestone kick in. I like the mentoring updates and the little quality of life improvements and additions to create a sim and build by. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this update in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.